are all just names, right? These are all just maybe a description of activities that I've pursued at different parts of my life, and perhaps define different parts of me. So I welcome all of those names, but ultimately, you know, what am I in this very moment? I couldn't really tell you one word, except I'm being very real. And that I'm a person who's very in touch with his sense of mission. Well, a media entrepreneur is kind of easier because you're an entrepreneur working in media, right? But the concept of a social entrepreneur, I think, is a little bit more provocative, right? So I embrace the idea of being a social entrepreneur because it starts with a very simple idea that we only have one life. All of us, you and me and everybody who's watching this program, we have 24 hours in one day, and what we choose to do within those 24 hours define our lives. And so being a social entrepreneur means that I bring a measure, or I try to bring a measure of purpose, values into what I do with my day job, and I don't sequester my thoughts and my more humanitarian ideals as distinct from my daily pursuit. So as a social entrepreneur, I embrace that concept because I think that is a revolutionary idea, that we bring meaning, conviction, and a piece of our heart and soul into everything that we do. And when you do that, we become social entrepreneurs. So that our sense of impact and entrepreneurialism goes beyond the realm of a financial spreadsheet, but it's a reflection of who we are and our character and the content of who we are. And bringing that to our workplace, I think, is a transformative idea, and I aspire to do that. You know, it's interesting you asked that because to me it's always been the same business. And people who know me, even from the political days, would say, oh yeah, Peter's still doing the same thing. So in a way, I'm doing the same thing consistently, but with new iteration, a new chapter is written based upon new information or innovation in the marketplace, or somewhat in reaction to market trends, so that this idea just snowballs. But it's a continuation of that simple concept which we talked about, which is service. How can my very limited life provide a valuable service to humanity? And as I begin to be more clear about who I am, and as I begin to mature as an individual and an entrepreneur on all the different sides, as I begin to have a sense of myself spiritually, you know, that idea snowballs and it grows. So at one iteration it was this, but now it's this, now it's like I feel like Ord Media Group is just an amalgamation of all of those experiences. So yes, we are still in film. Yes, we are in the transmedia business. It used to be called multi-platform, but is now transmedia. Okay, so the interactive entertainment is quite clear. Now it's called apps for your iPhones, or casual social games. But the idea of bringing East and West together, of bringing transformative entertainment, of adding value to people's lives through content and experiences that it engenders, and championing the inherent unity between the East and West has always been part of what I've been about. And Ord Media Group, I believe, is the fullest expression of that. And my hope is that this platform would be around for a long time, and that would be a legacy of what my little short life has been about. Well, it's going to go back to that simple adage. I think people respond to passion and authenticity. And, you know, I didn't go to business school. I didn't study business. I don't come from a business family. And it's not like, I also don't have the Midas touch. It's not like everything I've done ever turned to gold. But one thing that's always been consistent is that I've been consistently passionate about what I do. And I think passion is one of those elements when people feel that you're passionate and you're committed, they naturally want to be around you more. And I think that's been part of my success in bringing, you know, in working with people of a certain reputation or a certain caliber. No, I mean, those are all great people. Many of whom I consider friends and mentors. But if there's one common denominator that runs through those and I think other people who I consider great, is a desire to do extraordinary work. You know, there's no replacement for a desire to do extraordinary work, because that is such a rarity. So I think one thread that runs through all of those and many others is that a desire for the highest quality possible. People. Well, I would say some of my earlier political mentors, you know, Tom Bradley, for instance, the first black mayor of the city of LA, and one of my very strong political mentors, State Senator Artoris, who went on to become chairman of the California Democratic Party. You know, he made Latino politics what it is today. He, along with a handful of others, and Cesar Chavez, and being with guys like that who were part of very, very grassroots popular movements, in their extraordinary commitment to bettering the lives of the people they cared about. You know, those memories really ring very, very true with me. So when I think about role models, I inevitably go to some of my political heroes, I find, because they had more of this ethos. Because life is more than making money. And even though in this town of Hollywood, where the primary color is green, not white or black or yellow, I still think it's incredibly important to have a true north that will take you from, you know, different chapters of your life. Because everybody who's been successful will tell you that failure was a big part of it. So it's just not about succeeding. It's about sometimes being able to accept defeat without falling down. Gareth Chang is another mentor. Of mine. So we're standing on the backs of giants. People like Gareth and several others like him have successfully crossed that divide so that we could even build on their success, not only in terms of what's inside the boardrooms, but the various platforms and things that continue to go. So there are many, many great people out there.